Well, a lot of things are going to be happening this week concerning Matthijs, DeLigt and Mazraoui. That is it. And I've been reluctant, obviously, to drop such stories, but because I thought that a lot of stories are going to be coming in through, from play to goal story to build to Fabrizio Romano and then to play to goal. And it's really one of those interesting transfers that are going to be happening in there for you, because sometimes you feel like, let me obviously give them benefit of doubt, and after giving them the benefit of doubt, obviously come out and put in a very good shift as required. Good morning. We are going to be talking Mazraoui, DeLigt, Wan-Bissaka, Jonathan Tah. We're going to be talking Joshua Zirkzee, Erik ten Hag into the mix. It might be a long video, so guys, tighten your seatbelt because everything is really going to be moving on as planned. So smash like button, comment and share. If you're watching us for the very first time, endeavor to subscribe to this channel so as not to miss out on stories that we do upload in here on a daily. Rock and David is my name, and hope you guys are really having fun wherever you are. Let's see close to 200 likes much in this video, because by 200 videos it will go viral, and then after it will obviously make a lot of sense to very many people that are already watching in through. So we thank God for the gift of life. The Muslims, Barakallahu fikum, may the living and may Allah and the Lord bless you abundantly. Let's start it off with a story that obviously made us think that it is imminent, something was going to happen. All Bayern was really going to come out and obviously accept the offer of Manchester United. We are told by Play to Goal on 8th August, that is like 2 days back, that Leverkusen have set a deadline for Bayern Munich regarding the transfer of Jonathan Tah, which expires today. It was like expiring on the night of 8th, August. Leverkusen wants planning security, but Tah is determined to make the move. The deadline is not meant to affect the player side, and agent pains are heavy. So he added and said that Tah wants to move to Bayern Munich as soon as possible, as Matthijs DeLigt will join Manchester United, regardless of when in August it happens. Now, there was a little bit of unsettlement into the camp of Manchester United and Bayern Munich when this story was really put out, because looks like Leverkusen was like, Bayern looks like they don't want to obviously give us money, but we all know the problem of Bayern Munich. Bayern Munich has to sell to buy, and that's why even Kingsley Coleman has been one of those players that they want to obviously put out of the club, and they're like, a team that comes in through with a loan with a mandatory option to buy will obviously take Kingsley Coleman. Now, for Matthijs DeLigt, that's why they want 50 million euros, because Jonathan Tah is also going to be an expensive player, and Mazraoui is really going to be going out for like 15 to 20 million euros, meaning that they want 70 million euros from the club of Manchester United, and United had gone ahead to make a bid of 50 million euros, 35 for Matthijs DeLigt and 15 for Mazraoui. And Bayern was like, we only give you Mazraoui, and we're not giving you Matthijs DeLigt. That is it. But they are into a total fix because they need to sell to buy a player. And after that, tension that had gone ahead to be put out into the camp of Bayern Munich and Manchester United, obviously, Bill came out and obviously gave us some bit of hope that Tah can't be signed without DeLigt's departure. Leverkusen have given Bayern a deadline to finalize the signing of Jonathan Tah because they want clarity for their squad planning. Leverkusen are pushing for a final decision if there is no offer by the weekend. So this is where you get to know that something huge might happen over the weekend, that is Saturday or Sunday, because Leverkusen is like, by this weekend, Bayern Munich should make a decision on really getting Jonathan Tah, or not. If not, they might obviously stand into his way. And why do they have all what it takes to stand into their way? Look at the contract duration. Let me check here, because a team can be only be willing to obviously put out such resolutions if at all they really believe that they really have a long contract with the player. And let me check here and see what the contract terms or duration of Jonathan Tah looks like at the side of Bayern Munich. His contract, let me check here. All right. Let me see. Jonathan Tah. Oh, his contract expires in 2025, right? Meaning that they don't have a lot of power into this deal. If you have to look at it, that he is Jonathan Tah. So Jonathan Tah is really in a position of strength, and that means even if they stop him from leaving this summer, they will obviously see him leave on a free or sign a pre-contract with Bayern Munich on a free in January. So looks like Bayern Leverkusen setting a deadline for this deal is really very, very, very uncalled for. That's why Play to Goal tells you that anytime in August, when DeLigt moves to Manchester United, Jonathan Tah will move to the club of Bayern Munich. So after that, Fabrizio Romano came up and told us that Erik ten Hag hopes to have DeLigt and Mazraoui as soon as possible because the Premier League is getting closer. For Manchester United, it's considered a crucial position. Both players keep waiting. So, Erik ten Hag hopes to be having these players before the Premier League starts, meaning that with the United playing their first game on the 16th, that is next Friday, they hope to get the deal of these two players done before 16th. And I tell you, we might really get some huge news on Saturdays. Between today and Monday or Tuesday, we might get some big news that this deal is done and dusted, because I've gone ahead to read a story that the deal of Bissaka to West Ham is really imminent. And today we might obviously hear that it's done and dusted, and the rest will be history. That is it. So after that, Fabrizio told us that Mazraoui remains top priority target for Manchester United because he can also play as a left back and a player well known by Erik ten Hag. The club are waiting for Wan-Bissaka to give green light to West Ham. So first and foremost, it was all about Wan-Bissaka wanting a full compensation of his salary. And I told you that it's really cheap. €2 million is really something small. You understand? And when that is done, you obviously anticipate that a lot is really going to be looked at. And then we got to know that when these players were obviously extending the further additional year of their contract, there was a clause that they have to obviously share half of the amount of money they are sold. You get stupid thing done by the Glazers. Not yet confirmed, but it's really alleged that it is included in the contracts of these players. And this is where it really gets ugly. You understand? That's where it really gets ugly. Now, after that, God has gone ahead to help Manchester United that West Ham have gone ahead to show interest in the player again, and they don't want to see either this player is really slipping through their hands, and they're like pushing to obviously get this deal done and dusted to see to it that all goes into the way of the club of West Ham. So West Ham has gone ahead obviously do a lot of things, and to show you that something huge is happening and set to happen, obviously there is a confirmation that with the team that traveled for the Manchester Derby, Wan-Bissaka was not among. That's it. So we wait and see how that pans out. And then lastly, about this deal of Mazraoui and Matthijs DeLigt, we've been told by Play to Goal that Mazraoui and Matthijs DeLigt will join Manchester United in August. If all goes to plan, a double transfer will be completed. Positive and ongoing negotiations between the clubs are underway. Manchester United and Ten Hag are pushing for both players. Ten Hag willing to sell. Bayern are willing to sell, and everything is really progressing into the right direction. Meaning that these two players are destined to play for Manchester United. That is next season. Though it starts today in the Community Shield, but we are talking about the Premier League, which is starting on Friday. It's still next because it has not gone ahead obviously to happen. Now, if they will join the club of Manchester United, what a confirmation from Germany, and play to goal is really a close source in there for you. So that's what we had for you as far as Mazraoui and the guy called Matthijs DeLigt. We are really concerned, and let's go to Erik ten Hag on what he said about today's game in the Community Shield. He said the following: that we always want to win, including friendlies. It's a trophy. We'll field a very competitive team to win this trophy. It's also pre-season. We won't take big risks with the players. You get? So that's why you haven't gone ahead to see Luke Shaw, Lindelof, Rasmus Højlund, Malacia Tyrell, you know, Lenny Yoro and very many others not being into the squad of Manchester United. We know that Lenny Yoro is really injured, but the rest of the players would have going to be forced on the field of play. But Ten Hag is like, I have to give them enough time. And for Luke Shaw, we all know to it that he's an injury player, and the manager sees this game as really not all that serious. Though he says that he's going to really field a very competitive team, but we all know to it that no manager is really going to have a lot of pressure after losing to Man City in such a competition, known as a competition. Though Ten Hag would want to win every trophy and obviously bring it home, because he told everyone after winning the FA Cup, when the journalists were like, we've gonna hate to hear very many rumors that are going to sack you, he was like, all right, even if they sack me, it's okay, but one thing I've gone here to do with this club is that for every season we've come here and obviously won a trophy, won the Carabao Cup in my first season. Second season, not ahead to win the FA Cup, and he has a chance to lift the Community Shield. And he has a very huge chance that in every tournament that he has gone ahead to reach the final at Manchester United, he has gone ahead to win it, apart from the FA Cup that he lost in the summer of 2023. But he has like a 95% chance of winning the finals he has gone ahead to play into. And now we wait and see how he edges Man City today in there for you. And I've gone ahead obviously in what we call the match preview, and you can as well check it out onto the, it's called the live section onto this channel. Then he went ahead to add and told us that is Erik ten Hag. We have to be united and fight for each other. That's the mentality we'll need on Saturday, with a very good game plan, of course, because we are playing against a very good team. We have to be ready for the game. So he talks of a very good, good team plan. You know. Now for the plans, I think that you're going to be using this season, I think they're really going to be good, because you are having Ren Haig, who was a first team coach, and Ruud van Nistelrooy, who was also a first team coach to certain teams into Netherlands, you know, and he was recently working on to PSV in the mix. Now, as it stands, nothing's really going to stop everything from really happening the way it's supposed to be, and it's really moving on better and better and better and better and better. So let's wait and see how that pans out. But it comes to my notice that Erik ten Hag, Ren Haig, Ruud van Nistelrooy, I think they can come up with better plans to obviously get everything over the line. So lastly, he talked about Joshua Zirkzee, a player that in all means is really going to be making his debut for the club of Manchester United. And Ten Hag said we only had 1 or 2 training sessions where everyone was present last week. Joshua Zirkzee had an individual program for 4 days and then group sessions for 3 days. It's sure to assess the situation. Obviously, it is safe to assess the situation, but we all know to it that he might start or he might not start, depending on to the game plan of Erik ten Hag. If at all he is going to look sharp and obviously already integrating well into the system of 4-2-3-1 of Manchester United, then Erik ten Hag, Ruud van Nistelrooy and Ren Haig will have a decision to make to set it at this man that was signed from Bologna for 35 million euros will obviously have to come to do, is it 35? I think it was 40 something, right? 45 million euros. He was at 40, but the 5 came in through because we never triggered it. We came up with a payment structure that called them to obviously add in more and more money. But I just can't wait to see how he really comes in through and facing the club of Manchester United. And if he doesn't start today, we anticipate that obviously he'll start on next Friday when you're playing against Fulham at Old Trafford, because Rasmus Højlund might not have gone ahead to show back into the team of Manchester United. So guys, thank you very much for watching. It's a good morning. Tell me your thoughts about Matthijs DeLigt and Mazraoui to United this month. I welcome in the comment section below, as signals are indicating that the deals are yet to obviously be approved, and Erik ten Hag pushing to have them before the Premier League starts. You get then what do you make about Erik ten Hag talking of the Community Shield and Joshua Zirkzee? Do you think he's going to be starting today? Yes or no? May the living to God bless you abundantly. Rokan David remains my name. I sign out for now. See you later. And for the Christians, for the Muslims, Barakallahu Fikum. To the Christians, may the living to God bless you abundantly. We are. Don't forget to subscribe to this channel so as not to miss out on the stories that we do upload in here on a daily. And we are here to obviously let you know that we have just gone ahead to start it early. I know you missed me yesterday, and for the previous 2 days you people have been missing me, but I'm really recharged the batteries. And morning here we are going to be getting you more stories in 2-3 hours from now as we discuss Manchester United to the fullest. And remember, at exactly it's gonna be 16 hours, you're gonna be coming up with the confirmed starting 11 for the club of Manchester United, and see how we obviously also eat out with the club of Manchester City into the mix. We out. Bye bye. And 200 likes on this video. Also continue to subscribe because we want to hit 20,000 subscribers. Bye bye.